I now want to talk about sorting data within pivot tables because this is something else that functions a bit differently than we might expect, particularly when we contrast our experience working on an Excel worksheet. So in a moment when I get to Excel, I'm going to go to my source data, I'm going to click on any column, and I'm going to sort the data in descending order. And we're going to find that basically with one click, I can sort the entire table and be done. And so we get that way of thinking, we get conditioned to think that, well, that's the way everything works in Excel, and pivot tables don't behave that way. Each field in the rows section, so we're going to add all 4 fields, we're going to add region, city, vendor, and then product. We're going to add that to our pivot table. We're then going to make sure that our report layout is back in compact form and then add our subtotals back. What I want to show you is that when we go to sort it, let's say that we right click and sort a product, only the products will sort. The region, the city, nor the vendor, none of those will get sorted, only the products will. So that does give you the ability to control how the sorting works, because you might keep the regions alphabetical and then rank things by region, or you have that flexibility, but just realize that you will have to carry out a sort for every single field. So to see what that's going to look like here, we're going to take region, and let's say that I just get in a hurry and I click, well, region's in the wrong spot, so I'm going to drag that up here. And then we add city, again, ended up in the wrong spot, so we're going to drag that up here. We'll add product. So here is our pivot table. So presently this pivot table is in what's known as tabular form. So I want to get it back into compact form. So if I go to the design menu, I go over to the report layout, and then I say show in compact form. That's going to condense it back down to my compact form format. Notice I don't have those subtotals because I turned them off previously. So on the design menu, over to the left, there is the subtotals command. And I have some control. I can say subtotals show them at the bottom of the group if I want to show them at the bottom of each group. But it's often more efficient, it takes up less space, is to show them at the top of the group. So here are my subtotals. Now, what's happening here is Excel presents the data typically in alphabetical order. So we're going to just say sort it in ascending order. So by default, what Excel does is it sorts everything in a pivot table in alphabetical order. So that's why this vendor shows up in front of that vendor. So if I want to get the pivot table to a space where everything will be shown in descending order, largest to smallest, I can start out with one of my product fields. So again, I'm going to pull this up so we can see the rows section. There's 4 fields, so I'm going to need to do 4 different sorts ultimately. So we'll see how that's going to look. We're going to choose any product here, right click on it, choose sort, and then say sort largest to smallest. So I can sort in this fashion, or I can also go to the data menu and I can use these sort commands as well. Either one, I get to the same place. So when I click, it did sort, but it only sorted the products. Now I don't have to go to each grouping of products. As long as I pick one product, then all the products are sorted in descending order.